Hi everybody, my name is Allie, or Alicia, depending on which coast you're on, but my pen name is Allie, so for the sake of this vlog series, I'm going to introduce myself as Allie all the time, because I can do shit like that. Um, you're probably wondering why you're watching this crazy blonde girl with a blue monkey in back of her. Why are you listening to her right now? Well, two reasons. One, you're already on YouTube, or two, you're one of my friends or family, and I'm forcing you, literally forcing you to sit down and watch this so that I can get some support. Either way, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Um, I'm actually doing this because something really exciting happened yesterday. I got a call from Publish America saying that they wanted to publish my manuscript. It's a bit of a story behind it. Um, my senior year at Barnstable High School, I was in a creative writing class, with Miss Welch, and we had 10-minute warm-ups every day. She saw this 10-minute warm-up. It was one of the last ones that I did, and it was actually miscellaneous. So she didn't really have a topic, but it was just write about anything. And I had this one particular scene in my mind. So I wrote it. Here's the original thing. All this and this. And this. And then it's like 4 pages long. But it's a small little book. Anyways, so she came out to me and she said that she wanted me to expand on it because it could be a longer piece. So that's what I did. It was just a personal expansion at that point. And then we have these quarterly projects that we do. So the expanded piece on the original 10-minute warm-up turned into an even longer expanded piece so that it could then be turned in as one of the quarterly projects. She kept on liking it, and I kept on liking that she liked it, so I expanded on it even further, and that became part of my final project. But I was never able to hand it in because I had to move across the country from Cape Cod to Washington, about 3 or 4 months before school ended. So I was never able to hand it in, but I made Miss Welch a promise that I would finish the book even if it was just for myself. I decided that it was going to be a book because you can't possibly wrap something like that up and call it a poem or call it, a short story or whatever. There's so much more behind it. So I promised her that I would finish the book, and I promised her that I would finish it, relatively soon, otherwise I would never finish it. Well, this kind of spiraled into an obsession with finishing the book and writing all these different scenes down and everything, and it reminded me of a promise that I made to the man that got me interested in writing and reading in the first place. Patrick Colonna, my 7th grade English teacher. I know it sounds crazy. Trust me, I know. But, oh, that was a text message. So, I made a promise to him one of the last weeks of school that even though I hated my writing, I was going to get published. I was going to have the guts to go out and send my manuscript off somewhere, and it was going to get published, and I was going to change somebody's life. Even if that somebody was one person in all of the United States, in all of the world, that was fine because I was able to go take my work and put it in the hands of somebody else, officially. I never saw him again. He stopped working there after his first year, and he kind of fell off the face of the earth, and I've been, trying to find him or whatever, keeping my ear out for him. But just because I didn't see him after that doesn't mean that I forgot about the promise that he gave to me, because he literally saved my life. He took me from not reading, not writing, not being socially involved in anything, not liking anything about myself, and he made it so that I loved writing. I was able to express myself through writing in a way that I never could through words or talking to people. He made it so that I could read anything. Now I read anything from, I think in that same year I read one of the Lizzie McGuire books, and I read the Odyssey. So, vast range of stuff, and he touched my life in a way that nobody was ever able to, even my parents. I love you guys to death, but he took everything that I couldn't express or feel or wrap my head around, and he gave me an outlet for it. There's no way in hell that I can turn that down, right? Almost wrong. I did. I sent my manuscript off to a publisher. The the publisher's name was Durant's Publishing, and they sent me a letter. They had said, after waiting like almost a month, right? They sent me a letter saying that they wanted to publish my book, but they wanted $6,000 for it. It crushed me. It absolutely crushed me. I had sent the manuscript to like 14 or 15 other people. They were the only people that I heard back from, positively at least. And they wanted $6,000. They wanted to swindle me, and I didn't really know until my mom talked to me and she helped me. And so many promises involved in this book. I almost gave up, but I made a promise to my mom, which was the most important promise I've ever made in my entire life, because it was the hardest promise that I had to make in my whole entire life. Basically, I promised her that I wouldn't give up, that I would keep sending it to publishers, that I would keep sending it to anybody, everybody, even if that meant 15, 20 people a week. I would send it to publishers, and somebody would see it, and they would capture the light and the passion in it, and they would publish it. I made her that promise, and literally that night, I kept on writing, and I went through all of this other stuff. I have 3 legal pads, and 2 spiral notebooks, and 2 giant binders that I'll show you later because I don't want to bend over and get them. Just so much stuff, but it's all scattered. So I went that night and I started editing stuff and kind of weaving things together, and the next morning I sent an acquisition to Publish America. I sent an acquisition with a summary of my book. They liked the summary because the next day, or the day after that, just a couple days later, I got an email from my acquisitions agent named Catherine, and she said that she wanted me to send them their manuscript. Send them my manuscript. So I did that, and then I got an email saying that, they had everything they needed, blah, 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 it's all good. So along with that email was a notice saying that in 2 to 6 weeks I was to hear back from them, and they were supposed to tell me whether or not they were going to accept me as one of their newest authors, and whether or not they were going to accept that manuscript. And yesterday morning, I got a phone call at 9:30 saying that they had accepted me, that they loved the manuscript, they wanted to publish it, soon. I have a publisher, and it was just crazy, hectic, amazing morning. I was like bawling myself for like 10 minutes when I first found out. It was unbelievable. And there must have been something special, because that manuscript was 8 pages long. It was 8 pages long, and I just looked back today. It wasn't even finished. It stopped in the middle of one of the sentences. So, I mean, it must have been something really amazing, because they loved it and they wanted to publish it. And everything is happening so fast. Yesterday I got an email with my deadline. Here, now that all the backstory and finish is all done with, here's why I'm doing this vlog. I have a deadline of November 1st, 2011. This year. 2 months. Really? I have 8 pages of this book done. How the hell am I going to get at least 100 pages? It's my own personal goal. How the hell am I going to get at least 100 pages with 53 days left? I have 53 days to completely finish this book and have it sent to them. Crazy. I'm thinking it's because they want it out for Christmas. That's just my hope. Mine and my mom's. But other than that. So needless to say, I'm going to be doing a crap load of writing. I'm going to be doing this book, and I am in 4 courses in college, starting on the 19th, so, and then another 4 or 5 for winter quarter. So it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be so totally slammed, and I'm not going to have the time, unfortunately, to sit down and write about this experience, and write about the journey and the path that's going on, because I feel like it's so necessary to have this all documented. even if it's just for me, because it's such a huge thing going on in my life. Like the biggest thing going on in my life. It's just a thing, right? So basically, I'm not going to have the time to sit down and to do a blog and to record it that way, and I'm not going to have the hand energy with all the other writing I'm going to be doing to just write it down in a journal. Also, I hate repeating myself, so when people ask me about, how it's going or whatever, I don't want to be telling, 50 people the same exact thing over and over again, because I do that at family reunions, and I don't want to be involved in a 53-day-long family reunion, because that would be rather annoying. So, I'm going to get off this thing now, and I'm going to get to writing, because, I have a challenge for myself. So that's going to happen. Thanks to a snowball of creative writing affairs, and thanks to a series of weird and strange events and a big line of promises, I'm going to be published. I'm going to be a published author at 18. That's completely crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because I'm so passionate about this, and this is what I want to do, and it's what I am doing. So I never thought that it could happen, but it is. So it's not going to happen if I don't get off of this thing. So thank you for watching. You can subscribe to my channel up here. If you have a comment or a question about the book, or about me, or about any of the other pieces that I've written, anything like that, you can leave a comment down here. And yeah, subscribe and comment and watch, and it'll be great. Thanks to all my friends and family and loved ones for all of your support. I couldn't have done it without you. And thanks to Mr. Colonna, Mrs. Welch, and my mom, because I really couldn't have done it without you guys. Okay, seriously, I'm going to go right now, because I'm starting to panic a little bit. I'm just kidding. I'm not panicking that much, but I'm still going to go. Alright, bye.